You know, all of us carry scars. Some you can see, some you can't. But the truth is, the ones we don't see, the emotional wounds, those are the ones that shape us the most. Yep, you heard it right. And welcome back to my podcast, people. Recently, we hit 5K streams on Spotify. So thank you all. You are all being very amazing listeners so far. So I would like to thank you all once again for taking time out of your life and listening to my podcast, where I don't just talk about motorcycles or just medicine, but it's a mix of basically everything that in general we can say life, how I navigate life and how I see the life and whatnot. Yeah, because we all go through something at some point in life, and we all move on. Dealing, some people deal with it, and some people just leave it as it is and move on, and they don't address the issue, and that keeps coming up again and again. So now I know people are getting confused that since it is my name and everything shows up like the Road Doc podcast, I don't generally talk about only road and the doctor side of medicine side of it alone. I cover everything basically, but my focus will be, because these two are my major interests and how I deal life with it. So I incorporate everything as much as I can, and I'll give you an easy peasy insight so that we don't need to go into too much of technicalities, rather than focusing on the problem and how to solve the problem, which can help in life and also while riding motorcycles and also whatnot, even traveling, and even someone who is trying to start studying medicine. So it helps everyone. It's a win-win, because look at me, now I am everything. Now I am a doctor, creator, podcaster, YouTuber, and soon enough I'm gonna be an entrepreneur, and all these things are lining up. You will see. Follow my journey. This is available everywhere. You can go and search in almost all major platforms. The name of my podcast is The Road Doc Podcast. THE space ROAD space DOC space podcast PODCAST. So if you search that, it will definitely bring me up. So you can listen it, you can give your suggestions. If you want any other topics that you want me to cover in general, let me know. You can follow me in my social medias. Everything will be dropped in the descriptions once you find my podcast. Everything is already there. So if you people need some topics consistently, I mean, I got a request recently from few of my followers that they requested specifically for Eat Smart series. I think by this time this series rolls on, I told them it is already coming. It is already coming. So don't worry. Just keep going. It is already coming. I think by the time you are listening this, you'll already understand the fact that Eat Smart series is already live. So I'm just reminding because I am doing it ahead of time, because coming months I'm gonna be very very busy. I know that. So I think that's the best thing to do. Anyways, And we also have like international audiences as well. So I would like to also hear from you about any episode you liked it, or you want even more in-depth insights about something. Yeah, anything, just message me in the Instagram, or comment down in the podcast, or whatever and however you feel like. Everything is welcome and wide open, so be my guest. Now, coming back to our topic, understanding emotional wounds. Let me tell you something. I have realized in my own journey that I also carry so many invisible wounds, and that often decides how I act, and in general how we act, how we react, and even how we dream. And the crazy part is we often don't even know we are carrying them. How many people have realized that you are actually carrying so many emotional wounds from the past that is dragging you down, isn't it? Yeah, I know, because with our busy lifestyles and constantly chasing dopamine from food, from the internet, and whatnot, our habits, this, that, and whatnot. So, yeah, I came to realize something that hit me hard like few days ago before recording this, that I am also carrying some invisible wounds, but it looks very different. I mean, from the outside, it's all look shiny and polished, but I just realized, I mean, achieving something with the pressure that you want or you don't want, or you don't know entirely, and whatnot. So few things I have realized, and then the moment I sat myself in a room and, okay, why does this happen? I mean, I don't have direct influence to it, but still I got affected by that. So I still carry that wound, or whatever we call it. So recent times I said, let it go. It's weighing me a lot. So yeah, it was heavy. Yep. And that no one can see. And when I am talking about this topic, I it hit me hard too. So I think it will definitely help you the most. So hear me out with clear mind. Hopefully it's better if you start listening to this with a very calm mind. And I am pretty much sure once you are in emotional state, you will not be calm at all. That's not gonna happen. But okay, no problem. Let's keep everything simple so that everyone can understand. So, here is my question. What are emotional wounds? Right? Emotional wounds are unresolved pain from the past. They are not just bad memories, they are the experiences that cut deep into our identity. Like, think of it, it's like when a bike takes a hit, the dent may look small, or in the bike space, if you are a car guy or car woman, let's just say when your vehicle got a hit with a small dent, the small dent is still there, but if you don't fix the dent, what happens? If it is too small, that's okay. If it is for a motorcycle, if it is even a too small thing, and if it breaks down, or if it affects some aerodynamics in some way, then that's a problem. Same goes with cars and all other vehicles. Here I am comparing vehicles to the human body. Got it? But if you don't fix the problem, every time you ride, it feels a little different. It wobbles, it pulls you off. Yeah, it's the same thing. I'll give you a real life example. My front tire for my Dominar 400, it got a little dent. All right. And I think the dent got bigger and bigger, because I thought it's a very small dent on the tire. So I don't need to worry right now. So let me take some time, and time passes by, and it went 1 month, and then 2 months, and then 3 months later. I just found out something. My handlebar is fully wobbling and it's not stable. And I quickly went to the Dominar service center and I told them it is all wobbling, and they clearly told me that, sir, this is the actual reason, and the dent got bigger and bigger since you did not fix it and you started riding it. So that's the reason why your front tire is wobbling a lot. So all we can do is now fix it. Yeah, that same goes with our life too. Yep, once your stability is shaken or was shaken, we gotta fix it. I know it will take time. I know it is a difficult situations. I am fully aware. It's not as easy as it sounds as I'm saying, but we gotta take one baby step at a time. Yep, you heard it right. So yes, let me also tell you guys about types of emotional wounds. Like most of us in our lifetime definitely have dealt with few common kinds. I don't want to go deep into scientific manner, but I'll give you just a brief analysis or description of it so you get my point. Abandonment. This is an one type of emotional wound. The fear of being left behind or not being worth someone's time. Now, everyone, let's sit back and think about this for a moment. I am pretty much sure this happened with everybody at some point in their life. It might come from your parents, it might come from your siblings, it might come from your partner, it can be your girlfriend, boyfriend, or others, whatever it may be, some way or in the job, in your workspace, no matter what. Like you trust this person or this group of people so much, and you constantly have that fear in your chest or in your mind that is dragging you down, and you literally do anything and everything to not to feel that way. That's basically abandonment, right? And true, everybody go through that at one point of time. If you are in that situation, all you gotta do is take your time to process it. Yep. And I'll give you a small example. I know a person. Personally, I know that person because that person went through abandonment from their own parents. And that guy shared his entire story with me. And I asked that person, can I say this in my podcast without revealing you? I like your story is so difficult to process since you are too young, and I think it will help so many people. And the guy was kind enough, cheers to him, he allowed it to say it without revealing his name. So here we go. So according to him, the abandonment came from his own parents. Yes, you heard it right. It came from their own parents in the name of love, affection, and care. Yep, that's right. It's all there. So he felt it that way. And keep this in mind. I'll keep this story and I'll also talk about so many other emotional wounds. I will correlate the story with everything so that you can get a clear cut idea how it feels like. So, and I'll move on with the second one, that is betrayal. When someone you trust deeply breaks it. Suddenly, trust feels like a dangerous game, isn't it? It is. And coming back to our story, The guy literally felt betrayal in the first place that came from own people, and he was doing everything to not to feel left behind. So literally this person went through two emotional wounds at the same time. One is abandonment and the other one is betrayal. Betrayal came from their own people. The trusted one stabbed them in the back. And it might not necessarily to do that exactly, but what I mean actually is, if they cut you off, for example, if they are supporting you for the education and suddenly they cut you off because you are not listening to them and you are not doing anything bad or anything, just life is happening, but they don't understand that because they don't know anything about you. They just send you finances, that's it, they don't give a damn. And that's what the guy told me. That I was like, at first I thought like, come on man, you are getting everything, isn't it? And then I thought as a doctor, then I was like, oh, this is all connected with childhood trauma too, and this is just a piece of it he's trying to reveal. And without judgment, I started to listening to his story, and I felt what he said. He got betrayed by his own people, and then he left the home because the fear of abandonment is so high that he literally started crying, saying like, before they abandon me, I already did, so that I don't have to carry that emotional pain within myself. And then I'll move on to the next one, which is rejection, the sting of feeling unwanted, unworthy, and invisible. How many people have been through this? I am 1000% sure everyone listening to this have somewhere or another been through this as well. And the guy also went through this at the same time. He felt rejected, literally. His feelings were invalid. Nobody cares about that guy, and nobody worries how he's feeling, all these things. Really? And yep, that was true. And I know everybody is also going through this at this point of time too. He felt unwanted. He doesn't want to be there because nobody is paying attention, nobody is even listening. He felt literally unwanted, unworthy, invisible at the same time. He literally went through the process of rejection before he left his home. And then we'll move on to the next one, failure or disappointment, which means the times you thought you weren't enough. Yep, this is also an emotional wound, guys. So here we go again. Let me correlate with the guy's story. He left the home and went to different place because all their parents were talking like, we gave this, we gave that, we gave that, blah blah blah. But they were constantly comparing this guy with their neighbors and other people's achievements and so on and so forth. Then I was like, oh my god, this is so bad, really really bad. I mean, this is for the parents actually. If any of you are newborn parent or about to become parent, hear me out, guys. See, you are hearing me out right now at this point of time. You are doing a job, this, that, etc. Compare yourself with some other guy. If you're a guy or woman, compare yourself with some other who is doing actually better than you. And if someone is constantly pulling that on you 24 by 7, 365 days, how would you feel? Huh? No matter what you do, what you achieve. Kindly, guys, if you are not a parent, you are a young person like me, then keep that in mind. Do not rub this on your kids in future. Do not ever compare your kid to someone else. It goes in many ways because everybody is unique, guys. You gotta keep in mind. Your job as a parent is to identify where your kid is thriving. They are not just some experiment where you just try to rub all your wishes on them, trying to fulfill your emptiness through your kids. That's basically trauma. Don't do that. If you have guts enough, at what point of life you are in, just pick up your dream where you left and then restart it again and do it. Don't rub it on your kids. That's not your job. Your job as a parent is to take care of them till 18 years of age and then leave them alone. If they take their own decisions, they will be responsible for their own decisions. If you involve everything, Indian parents, especially, I need to address this because the guy was Indian who actually shared this story, has this bad habit, man. Especially Indian parents. They will involve in your life till you are 30. They will involve in your life till you gonna die. Yeah, so bad. I mean, most of the parents, I mean, I understand this. This is also new for the parents too. They did not do any PhD in parenting. I understand that. But thing is, try to be kind to your own kids, people. Not everything can be achieved by everyone. Not everyone is designed to achieve everything in their life. So don't waste time in comparing your kids to anybody else. See, someone else kids might get first trying this and that and they will die at some point, and your kid is still alive. Let's just assume are comparing with one kid and your kid constantly from childhood to, let's just say, until the education finished. Now on paper your kid is a waste fellow, and on paper the other guy's kid is a superman, right? He got good grades, good nature, everything, and just what, and he died after finishing all his education and anything. Yeah, now what good does those education did and everything? Because life is very small. We all think we all have like 100 years, 1000 years, but trust me, life is very very small. It will slip right away from our hands. We don't even know that until it's gone. So that's why we never know about the outcome. So focus on what you can do to your kid to improve his life. Don't rub it on him because somebody might like sports more. Your kid doesn't like education. So what? He might become a good sports person. He might become millionaire or billionaire. He might earn more money. He might become a good human being. He might become a useful person for the society. All these things are as much as important than just getting grades. People are so obsessed in India that they want their kids just to get grades, just to push through, just to get into college, just to get into IIT, this, that, and whatnot. It's not stopping. So I don't blame entirely kids, but there will be kids mistakes too. But come on, man, your kid is only 20 plus years old. You are literally 50 by the time, right? And you yourself as a parent, you don't have your things together and you expect a 20-year-old to have things sorted out. See, just because it worked for you, that doesn't guarantee anything that it will work for any other person on the planet. People are so confused with this. So the guy literally felt he is a failure. I mean, I looked at his track record, or he's very disappointed. But I looked at his track record, and his track record was super awesome on paper. He got medals, he got into sports, and he invested in he every time he went into sporting events. He's always number one. But the parents doesn't see all this. They only want their kid to get educated and get a job. But this guy doesn't want a job. He wants to win in sports events and all these things. Trust me, guys, this guy is a gem. Just was fallen into wrong parenting, that's all. Then what happened was, I'll tell you another something. There is something called loss or grief, which is also an emotional wound. It is like the pain of separation, whether it's from someone you loved or even a dream that slipped away. All right. This guy went into a state of grief after that because his sports career ended because of their parents. His words are like this: my sports career ended because of my dumb parents, because they don't understand anything and they try to enforce me because they have money, power, this, that, and whatnot. So, yeah, let me make it even more clear for you all people so you will understand. He literally went, one person at the same time went through all these emotional wounds at the same time. He went through abandonment, betrayal, rejection, failure, or disappointment, loss, or grief. Everything at once. So imagine if you went through all those things at the same time, I am 100% sure you will not even step out of your bed. That's how heavy it feels. That's how much it weighs you down. But I still appreciated this guy trying his level best in whatever way possible to get out of this. And this this became a major wound for him, right? And for us also. We all been there, we all go through these things at some point in our life. You might not connect with one or twice, but at least something will hit you at some point. And mind you guys, going through this kind of emotional pain is never weakness, and staying there becomes weakness. That's yes. And if you're listening to this, you are already strong enough, you are already looking for the paths to get out of it. So cheers to you, and I am 100% sure you will come out of it. Just don't beat yourself up, take your time. I will give you the answer for this, how you have to come out as well in coming episodes as well. So follow me here on this podcast, you will understand slowly. And now, how this won't show up in our lives. Most people, this is how it helps you guys to observe whether you are reacting from yourself or this is just a trigger. The wounds don't stay in the past, they show up today in the smallest ways, like overreacting to small triggers, struggling to trust people fully, constantly chasing validation through either success, money, achievements, or even worse, holding yourself back from the opportunities because deep down you are scared you will get hurt again, isn't it? Yeah, like it is like riding a punctured tire. You can still move forward, but every mile feels heavier than it should be. And if you don't stop and repair it, you risk breaking down completely. This is what happens for everyone. And most people, what they do, especially Indian parents or Indian people, as much as I observed, they don't address the issue. They mask the issue and they'll be like, nothing happened, nothing happened. I'll move, and then one day it just compounds and everything falls down and they crashes completely. So here are my reflections and takeaway from everything I know. So here is something I want you to sit with. What moments in your life still sting when you think about them? That sting, that often where your own is. So first thing you gotta do is acknowledging it. It is the first thing you gotta do. Acknowledging means knowing it. So acknowledging doesn't magically heal it, but that is the first step, because healing begins with awareness. And scars, yeah, they don't disappear too, but they do remind us of one powerful truth: we survived, and that survival means we are stronger than the wound itself. So next time we'll talk about how to actually begin healing these wounds, because just knowing isn't enough. We got to learn how to transform that pain into strength. Until then, ride safe, live real, and this episode connected with you even a little, just comment down or share your valuable thoughts. You never know who else might need that courage too. So, thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. I am Dr. Mukund. I'll catch you up soon in coming episodes. And guys, I changed my schedule from Saturdays to Tuesdays. Anyways, that's gonna be fine. Don't worry about that. So, I'll catch you up soon, very, very soon. Thank you for your time.